Okay guys, so the first part of the first task for Year 10 History is to look at the Treaty of Versailles and how it weakened Germany. So what you've been asked to do is do a sexy paragraph. Most of you will have learned how to do a sexy paragraph in Year 9 and Year 8. And what I would like to see from your sexy paragraph in this task is very specific evidence. I'd like you to explain what the evidence means and how that weakened Germany. So the first sentence in your paragraph that you need to write is actually telling me what the Treaty of Versailles was, but more specifically, can you please tell me when, where, who, and what? What I like. Then the next thing I want you to do in that E, the elaboration, is actually show me or tell me how that impacted on Germany. So it could be that in the X, I want you to give me a very, very, very specific example of something that was written into the Treaty of Versailles that impacted on Germany. So it might be the reduction of the number of men that was allowed in their army. It could be about the demilitarized zone next to the Ruhr. You could tell me about the war guilt clause that was included in it. You could talk about the reparations that they needed to pay. Or you could talk about the type of government that was put into place following the Treaty of Versailles. So very then what I would like you to do is explain to me how Germany was weakened because of the Treaty of Versailles. So what impact did that specific example from the treaty have on Germany for the next 5 or 10 years, and how that meant that Germany was weakened as a direct result of it. If you'd like to extend yourself a little bit further, I would suggest that you then have a look at another sexy paragraph where you explain how Germany reacted, or how Germans reacted to the treaty. So remember, we talked about Germans not necessarily being happy with the treaty. They called the people who signed it the November criminals. So the S, I'd like you to explain who you're talking about, so who, when and where. So way. Then the elaboration, you could talk about how the Treaty of Versailles was a dictated peace, which means that German citizens really didn't get a say in what happened in the peace treaty. You could then give me a very specific example. So we actually looked at one of those in class, where you had a look at a statement made by a German and how he said that if someone signed this, then the government would end up falling. You could find a poster or a cartoon that was drawn in Germany at the time and explain how this showed the reaction of Germans towards the peace treaty, which was generally really negative. Then what I want you to tell me is why people felt that way about the Treaty of Versailles in Germany. So why did they react in the way that they did? What I'd like you to make sure is that you're not copying my paragraph, but you can use it as a template for what to write to. And so a C grade is writing a very simple SEXY paragraph. A B grade would be extending that and providing some description in your first paragraph. And an A grade would be writing a sexy paragraph about the Treaty of Versailles and how that impacted on Germany, and then another paragraph on how Germans reacted to the Treaty of Versailles. Alright? Cool. Easy.